What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Aviation TUS. In this video, we have yet again another trip report. This one is going to be on British Airways A350 XWB, non-stop service from London Heathrow to Austin Bergstrom International Airport. This day started off at a local Doubletree Hilton Airport Hotel, which we then took the shuttle to the airport and checked in at Heathrow Terminal 5. Now welcome to London Heathrow International Airport, where we will go to the check-in hall to check in because we were not able to do that online for some bizarre reasons. And we also have bags to check. The terminal is very modern. This one is, at least. It's very modern and looks really nice. Plenty of natural light. Kind of reminds me of Toronto Pearson. Anyways, we now arrive to the check-in kiosk where we do a self-check-in. We are Club World, so we use the Club World lanes to check in the bag drop. We use a self-bag drop. After a very small security checkpoint, we arrive into the main part of the terminal, overlooking a few gates and a lot of retail stores, where you can find plenty of London memorabilia. We then head over to the Club World British Airways lounge to have breakfast, which offers a pretty nice view of the ramp behind two windows and a pretty nice view of the arriving aircraft. Here's your barcode if you want to scan it. I don't know what it is. And then here's the beautiful breakfast spread that was provided for us by British Airways, of which I got a pan-out chocolate, some grapes, and some Canadian bacon. We then left the lounge, headed down to the People Movers, which were underground little trains. We went past some retail shops and down into these fun little trains here that only run about every 10 minutes and that are supposed to take all these people, hundreds of people, from one concourse to another, and then turn around and go back to the first concourse. Well, we arrive here to the other concourse where we are leaving from. The gate today is Bravo 38, Bravo 38, which was only assigned about 5 minutes before the boarding time. And we were lucky enough to encounter a very helpful customer service agent who pointed us in the right direction. Welcome to gate Bravo 38 here. We are about 10 minutes till boarding. Let's go take a look out these windows to the aircraft. There she is. G-XWBK will be my aircraft for today, a 1-year-old Airbus A350 XWB, obviously serving British Airways his entire life. Now here's how the boarding works. We scan the boarding passes and the passports, and we head this way through those little gates. And then we make this way, and then we head down an escalator, which will lead us to the main portion of the jetway. Welcome to the boarding area now. And we make this turn and another turn, and we go into the jetway, which has a glass part of it, and then it goes to a standard all-steel jetway. Here we go. As you might be able to tell, I am very excited to be experiencing my first ever A350 and British Airways flight. Also, this is my first time ever boarding a wide body through the front gate. And welcome aboard British Airways A350 1000. This is seated with plenty of business class seats. Me specifically, I will sit in 9A, one of the few seats that has two windows. Here's an overview of the seat. It was quite nice. We'll review the rest in depth later. The overhead bins have some sort of brake on it, so it gets softer when you lower it.
Tour depart as soon as possible. Please place all larger baggage and baggage.
My mount had some paper stuck to it, so I'm currently in the process of cleaning that out, and everyone's giving me weird looks. Anyways, flight attendants came around with orange juice as once again, and here is the outstanding engine view. Here's my little storage stuff, and the safety card, and the seat back controls, and the storage, It's really the same seat as the other 777, except for this. Obviously, the remote is different, and the outlet configuration is a little bit different. Here's another overview of the very comfortable seat that did have a shoulder strap, which was annoying at times. Anyways, here is the menu, which was passed out upon seated, which is different than the American one. Here is that side armrest, which is a little bit of a pain to raise and lower, kind of like the overhead bins. It just takes a while because it's cushioned. Here's a better overview of the menu, consisting of the original British menu placard. And next here is the starters, of which flight attendants came around asking for orders for, along with the main course. And the desserts will be ordered in air. After that service, before landing, there will be an afternoon tea service consisting of 3 sandwiches. There will be some sweets served, and there will be scones, and a tea of our choice. Here's a little cubby where the amenity kit and a water bottle was located upon boarding. The water was very delicious, and the amenity kit is just like this. We have pulse point, and we have some earplugs, and we have a very funny, interesting little packet. We have an eye mask, some very fluffy socks, lip balm, moisturizer, dental kit, and a pen, which refused to work. The windows are huge on this A350, a huge perk to having 2 of them. There goes our single L1 door jetway, and we will shortly begin our pushback.
Cabin crew prepared for a manual safety code in your seat area. As this includes, it recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened and visible at all times. Please note that the bag may not inflate. You may need to pull on a collar streamer to release your mask. Make sure your own mask is fitted before helping anyone else. Your life jacket is underneath or beside your seat. If required, remove the jacket from its container and pull it over your head. Pass the long strap around the ring seat, taking nothing with you. Ensure that your seat is now upright and in the takeoff position with your armrest there. Please note that the red handle.
It is a very short taxi in terms of distance, but it was a bit of a long wait in terms of time for the runway, as we were about number 6 for departure. After this TAP A321neo, after a Delta 767-400 in the breast cancer awareness livery, after a few British Airways, and we are finally number 1 to make a very slow, painful lineup to runway 9 right. Vaping, the use of any other smoking devices is not permitted every time whilst on board. Shortly after departure in our very slow but beautiful climb out and some nice cloud surfing views out of London Heathrow, the flight attendants came around unlocking everybody's personal doors. We then continued the beautiful climb over Western United Kingdom and over Ireland. I keep my door closed for now, look at the TV as it is very boring right now, and just exist. Shortly, flight attendants will come around with a service of our drink of choice and some nut packet. As we cross over the coast, we are enjoying some beautiful views, all as a cabin together. And get served the appetizer of lunch, of which I ordered to be a roast beef and grilled corn, a nice spring salad, and a blueberry scone. That was delicious, and now let's go check out the in-flight map, which is quite responsive and is I actually quite like this touchscreen from British Airways. It is very responsive. I love how many features the map has, such as this one, and this one, the heads-up display. Lunch was then served, which I got a seared cod, some kale, and mashed potatoes, and shortly followed by a dessert of a banana dark chocolate mousse with a nice cookie. I then decided it would be a wonderful idea to go check out the bar that British Airways provides for its Club World passengers, which is quite nice with a fridge and had plenty of variety. I head back to the aft business class cabin where it is mostly empty except for one person, find myself in 17 kilo, and then consider about going into the back cabin, which I decided to decline for the first time. We then finally get some signs of icebergs, and finally cross over to Greenland. Over the edge of Greenland back onto the Atlantic Ocean, I find myself finishing another glass of some lemon sparkling water. We don't have very much time before we start to cross back over the Canadian border and back onto England. As our time to the destination slowly ticks down, I've decided that we should go ahead and give it another try. I'm going to do another cabin walkthrough. I make my way to the curtain, where I then decide, not to. Come on. Anyways, get back to the seat, take a quick view at the winglet, watch the globe and our flight route for a bit as we now start to cross over mainland United States, and find myself beginning the movie of Despicable Me: Rise of Gru, of which I have not seen yet and is actually quite a good movie, and I highly recommend all of you go watch it, even if you like the Minions or not. It is a really cool movie. I still watch it. I love them. I then get very impatient and wait for this afternoon tea, of which has 3 delicious sandwiches, a salmon mousse with dill, a cheese and some sort of fig bread, and a chicken Caesar salad on white bread, along with a scone, a couple little treats, and my English breakfast tea of choice. That slowly got obliterated as I watched my movie, and I decided to give it one last try on this curtain. Let's see what happens. Oh. Anyways, back at the seat now. I decided to finish my movie as the seatbelt sign is still off. It's really bizarre to look back at the Great Plains views, which I have not seen in a really long time, and I miss looking at the London and the Atlantic Ocean views. But now we are back to mainland. Gotta finish this flight strong. Let's hope for a good landing.
If you are seen to fly a window, the Wi-Fi service will shortly be switched off. However, you may continue to use any.
To Austin Bergstrom where the speed brakes are deployed. I'm going to try to watch as much of this movie as I can, so I'm leaving it on for as long as possible. That thing's not going down, and that door isn't coming out, so I'm just open now as a normal seat. It is now time to pack up, as the flight attendants have insisted that the cords come unplugged before landing. Guys, I'm actually going to do handheld for this landing, so I think we're gonna come down here and up. Looks like pretty darn low cloud coverage. This is fun. We then make the final approach to Austin's runway 18 right. My final thoughts on this flight are, I really like British Airways Club World. It is a very nice suite, not a seat. I would not call it a seat. It is more of a suite. It is a very nice product. The crew are very nice. For some reason, it all sounds like they have Irish accents and not British accents, which honestly shocked me. The food was great. The service was great. They didn't really call us by name as much as the American flight attendants did. And with that, the seat is a little bit different. It's essentially the same, but the cushion's a little bit different. The TV is a little bit different. Obviously, it has a door. It has a shoulder strap, which is a bit uncomfortable at times. But I do think it's more comfortable than American's airbag. Anyways, with that, let's slam it down onto Austin's runway 18 right. We then only stow the reverses as we exit the runway, and we make our taxi over to gate 2 where we will park. We pass the Southwest Colorado 1 livery, which is very cool to see. After clearing customs, we then make our way back to the terminal. We recheck bags, go through security again, and make sure that we will make our next flight, which we will. It's in about 2 hours. I'll then go do some terminal spotting, catch a couple of Southwests, and then we will catch our amazing takeoff out of Austin on American's A320 with IAE engines, experiencing a musical buzzsaw If you're interested in watching this video, go check it out on my other in-flight channel, aviation_TOS_inflight. Thank you guys for watching this video, and have an awesome day.